Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that feels like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. We're talking about AI teaching your body a new skill directly. And you know what? It sounds completely nuts, but the actual blueprint for how this could work, it might be closer than you think.
I mean, just think about that for a second. Forget all those years of grueling practice trying to master the piano, or a new language, or some crazy athletic move. What if you could just, install it? Just upload it directly into your body. It is a wild idea for sure, but that's the core question we're going to unpack today.
Okay, so what does this actually mean? Let's be clear, we're not just talking about watching a better YouTube tutorial. This is a complete game changer. It's a fundamental shift away from learning by watching, which is passive, to something totally different, active, direct, biological learning. The idea is that an AI could literally teach your muscles and nerves how to do something, bypassing your conscious brain almost entirely.
And really, this analogy just nails it. It's like installing software, but not on your phone or your laptop, directly onto your own nervous system. Think about what that would mean. You could learn complex tactical maneuvers, or maybe the techniques of an elite athlete, in a tiny fraction of the time it would normally take.
All right, so I know this all sounds pretty out there, pure science fiction, but how could it actually work? Let's get into the weeds a little bit and look at the technological blueprint that could maybe one day make this stuff real. So when you break it all down, the whole process really hinges on two key pieces of tech. First, the AI has to learn the skill itself, but in a way we've never seen before. And second, it needs a way to get that information out of the computer and into a person. So let's take a look at each of those.
Okay, so step one, neural mapping. And this is all about the data. The AI would watch an expert, let's say a pro golfer or a master violinist, and it wouldn't just record a video. No, it would create a complete biological map of their performance. It would be tracking which nerves are firing to activate which specific muscles, and the exact timing and, the intensity of every single little twitch. It's literally deconstructing mastery into pure raw data.
All right, once the AI has that perfect blueprint, how does it get it to you? Well, that's step two. The interface. This is where the hardware comes into play. We're talking about things like advanced brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. Or maybe something even simpler, like special stimulators you could attach right to your muscles. And these devices would essentially act as a transmitter, playing back that expert neural map and basically guiding your body, forcing it through the perfect motions.
But for the AI to build that perfect blueprint in the first place, it needs a ton of data, and not just one kind. It actually has to fuse together two totally different worlds of information to get the complete picture.
And this is where it gets really cool. The AI's learning process is all about combining two things. On one hand, you've got video data. This is the what. It teaches the AI the external view. What perfect posture looks like, the exact angle, the timing. But then it also pulls data from wearable tech, like a smartwatch or other sensors. And this is the how. This gives the AI the internal feeling of the skill, what's happening with your heart rate, with muscle fatigue, all that biological feedback. So when you put the what and the how together, what do you get? You get a complete visual and physiological blueprint of a skill. The AI isn't just mimicking a movement it saw. No, it builds a complete model. It understands not just what to do, but the absolute most efficient way the human body can do it.
Okay, so just uploading physical skills is already pretty mind-blowing, right? But believe it or not, the potential here goes way deeper. We're now moving into territory that is, well, it's truly profound.
This right here is the next level. We're leaving the realm of just muscle memory. Now we're talking about transferring the intangibles. The wisdom, the intuition, those gut feelings an expert gets after decades of practice. This isn't just about the how-to. It's about transferring the actual experience. So why does any of this matter? What are the real-world implications of being able to transfer not just a skill, but an entire lifetime of experience? Well, the impact wouldn't just be big, it could be absolutely revolutionary. And the benefits? Well, they're huge. You can really break them down into three main areas. First, completely revolutionizing education itself. Second, preserving knowledge in a way we never could before. And finally, unlocking the human potential that's inside every single one of us. And this is where the idea gets incredibly powerful. Just imagine it. Take a brilliant surgeon's steady hand, something they've perfected over 30 years, or a veteran pilot's gut instinct in an emergency. What if you could transfer that? That expertise could be passed on to the next generation,
Not in decades, but maybe in days or weeks. I mean, we're talking about drastically shorter learning curves and, frankly, potentially saving countless lives. And then there's the whole idea of preserving knowledge. Think about it. Every time a master craftsperson retires or a genius scientist passes away, an entire library of unique experience just vanishes. It's lost forever. But this tech, it could create a living archive. Human expertise would no longer just be written down in books. It could become a living, transferable asset for all of humanity.
So as we start to wrap this up, what does this all mean for our relationship with AI? Because this points to a future that looks way different from the stories we usually hear, about robots taking over. What this whole concept does is it completely reframes AI. It stops being just a tool, like a fancy hammer or a supercomputer. In this vision of the future, AI becomes a true partner, a biological ally. It wouldn't be about replacing us, not at all. It would be about integrating with us to help augment and accelerate our own potential, our own evolution.
We so often think of AI as this other thing, something separate from us. But what if its greatest purpose isn't to be separate at all? What if its purpose is to integrate with us, to help us learn faster, to preserve our greatest achievements, and to push the very boundaries of what it even means to be human? Is that the future we're heading towards? It's a heck of a question to think about. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.